My face has been changing every single day for the past 2 weeks, and I still have no idea why. I'm not sure I'm even the one writing this anymore. Before all this, I was completely ordinary. The kind of face you'd find on a stock photo site. Nothing anyone would ever look twice at. It started on a Friday, after a brutal shift at work. I came home around 7, ran the tap to splash some water on my face, and looked up into the bathroom mirror expecting to feel a little more awake. Instead, I froze. My nose looked smaller, narrower at the bridge, less width to it than I remembered. I pinched it, pushed it side to side, expecting something to feel wrong. It didn't, it just looked wrong. I told myself it had been a long day and went to bed. The next morning it was worse. My eyes looked farther apart, barely noticeable at a glance, but the second I stared straight on, the whole symmetry of my face felt off. I pulled up a photo of myself from 2 weeks earlier and held it next to my reflection. Same scar above the eyebrow, same clothes in the photo. But underneath all of that, something had shifted and I couldn't explain what. By Sunday, I canceled a road trip with my friends. I told Marcus, who'd organized the whole thing, that I just wasn't feeling well. He offered to push the trip back a week for me. The idea of anyone seeing my face right now sent my heart racing so hard I could feel it in my chest. I told him to just go without me and hung up before he could ask more questions. I spent what should have been my vacation locked in my apartment, pacing to the bathroom every hour to check the mirror. I stopped going outside entirely. I ordered food through delivery apps and only ever cracked the door an inch to grab the bag. On the third day, the same delivery driver from the day before wouldn't let go of the bag when I opened the door. He asked if I was okay, staring at my jaw where the hallway light hit it. I mumbled something and yanked the bag away. I didn't move from behind my door until I heard his car pull off. I searched my symptoms online that night. The results mentioned Bell's palsy or a stroke. Neither fit. My face wasn't drooping. It was something else, simplified almost. Flattened like a video game character rendered with realistic skin but an outdated model underneath. I shone my phone flashlight directly into one eye, then the other. My pupils didn't react at all, not even a flicker. I should have gone to the hospital that night. I just kept staring instead. That's when I noticed my lips had thinned. Not chapped, not dry, just less. Like someone had taken an eraser to them, my tongue found almost nothing there to touch. I barely slept. At 5 in the morning, I checked the mirror again. My nose had sunk further down to just 2 small openings and a faint ridge. My eyes had stretched wider, pupils too large, too glassy. Whatever was standing in my bathroom didn't feel like me anymore. Then I caught myself smiling. I hadn't decided to smile. It just happened and it felt disturbingly natural. The corners of my mouth twitched for a few seconds before settling. I told myself it was just nerves. I called work and asked for another week off. I stopped turning the lights on. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb to silence the calls from my family and friends. I brushed my teeth in the dark. I hung a cloth over the mirror. But the urge to look never went away. Eventually, I pulled the cloth down. What looked back at me now resembled something a child might draw if they'd never actually seen a human face. Eyes too round, alert but completely empty. Ears flattened close to my skull. Lips reduced to thin pencil lines that barely moved. Cheekbones too high, too sharp. My skin had lost every pore, every small imperfection, smooth, waxy, faintly rubbery, like a mannequin someone had abandoned halfway through finishing. I pressed my fingernail into my cheek and let go. The dent stayed there for several seconds before snapping back into place on its own. I couldn't remember the last time I'd blinked. I stood there staring at myself for nearly 10 hours straight. Unmoving, my torso had elongated. My limbs had thinned and stretched in ways that didn't match how little I'd eaten or slept in days. By the next day, I'd lost all track of time entirely. I opened my laptop, desperate for anything that looked normal, the same folders, the same desktop background, the same icons. For a few seconds, it worked. I felt almost human again. My inbox was full of messages from my boss. The last one told me I'd been fired. A few weeks earlier, that would have wrecked me. Now I felt nothing at all. Then my eyes drifted to my own reflection in the dark laptop screen. For a moment, I genuinely didn't recognize it as mine. It was worse than the night before. The only things left that were still recognizably me were my haircut and the scar above my eyebrow from when I was 7. I screamed and smashed my fists into the laptop until the screen shattered completely. It felt good for 1 second. Then I saw my own knuckles, bloody and unmistakably too long, too thin, exactly like the rest of me now. Today, I finally left my room and looked around properly for the first time in what might have been weeks. Black mold had spread across the bathroom ceiling. Trash bags had piled up around the floor, enough of them that it looked like someone had been living here for months without leaving once. And I noticed something new. I'm stuck smiling now. Permanently. Ear to ear, no matter what I try to do about it. I dug my nails into the corners of my mouth and physically pulled it down into something resembling normal. The second I let go, it snapped right back into that same wide, unnatural grin. I'm writing this from my phone in my room in the dark. I don't go outside anymore. I don't answer the door. Marcus called 6 times yesterday and I didn't pick up once. I wanted to. I wanted to explain everything, to hear someone tell me this was temporary, that I was going to be fixed, that my life would go back to normal. But there's something inside me now, something deep down that likes what I've become, and it's getting stronger every single day. I don't know why I'm even writing this anymore. I just know I never want anyone to see me like this again.